You can find literally anything on social media, and today I want to share a few wholesome sewing TikToks that will make you smile, inspire you to go sewing, or both. Now let's begin with the TikTok that inspired this entire video idea, and it's about a woman who shares how her mother's quilting room looks. So let's go ahead and watch.
I am visiting my mother, and I would like to share with you ingenious things that she has in her quilting room. Whenever my mother finishes a project and she has extra fabric, what she does is she cuts pieces already into this box that she made. And then when she has enough pieces, she will make just a random quilt.
So this is the moment when I saw this part in the video, my jaw literally dropped, and this is have like these tiny small fabric leftovers that I don't want to throw out, but I don't know what to do with it. And what this woman does, she already cuts all the pieces immediately once she's finished with the project and sorts them into these beautiful boxes that she made, so that when the boxes are filled, she can go ahead and start creating the quilt. So for me personally, whenever I'm working on a new project, cutting fabric is the part where I need to like brace myself the most. And even though it's not a very long task, but mentally it does take me quite a bit to go around and actually cut the fabric, like prepare to cut the fabric. But when she goes ahead and just pre-cuts the fabric immediately after every single project, when she wants to create the quilt from that leftover fabric, she doesn't need to cut all those details because she already has everything cut and prepared. And not to mention that those boxes that she made herself look absolutely beautiful, and I love this idea. I was immediately thinking how I can go ahead and adapt the same principle whenever I'm working on my sewing projects.
Look at that! She has this little board here for her instructions on her cutting table.
So I love this board too, like this is such a nice way how to organize the space.
She has this little shelf with little indentations for all of her rulers. They just slide in right here into the shelf.
I love the solution for storing rulers. This is a very good thing. Now, of course, because she's a quilter, she has way more rulers than I do, but I still do have quite a few rulers because I do need them for pattern making and whenever I'm cutting fabric. And storing different size rulers is always such a headache because when I don't have a dedicated space like this, I just kind of is all over the place, and I really love this solution. This looks pretty simple. This is just a shelf with a few cuts where you can place the rulers, so not that difficult to make, but it's such an elegant and beautiful solution for quite an annoying problem.
She has this apothecary piece of furniture that they made, and it's all color-coded fabrics, all of the extra ones. So if she ever wants to do a project, it's just all already organized by color.
Now this is just such a sweet solution how to store the fabrics. It looks so beautiful, so elegant. I love that it's color coordinated, especially because she's a quilter. She has lots of different fabrics in smaller amounts, so the color coding makes so much sense. And the apothecary table it just looks so elegant and very neat. So I really love this video. I love this craft space, and just by watching this space, how it is thoughtfully organized, how it's creative, you can see the passion and the love that the woman has for her craft. And it's really beautiful video, and I think that the daughter shares more details about her mother's craft room in other videos. So if you want to check it out, I will link her TikTok in the description box down below, and I will link all the TikTok videos I'm going to show you today in the description box down below. Now for the next video, I'm not going to show you with the sound because it uses copyrighted music, but it's essentially a friends night together crafting, and every single person comes in with their project, with their sewing machine, and it just shows different times when the friends arrive. And I just love this entire idea. I think that it's such a beautiful idea if you have friends that also love doing crafts. Just spending the night together crafting on your sewing machines, it's just such a wonderful and love the idea. Like my friends, none of my friends unfortunately sew or do crafts, but if any of them would, that would be such a perfect idea how to spend evening together and just craft, eat snacks and relax. So if you also have crafting friends, a party like this is definitely a very fun idea to try. So in this next video, I cannot show it with the sound because of the background music, but this is a company that creates clothes from used items, and you will see how gorgeous these clothes look. Like this Adidas skirt made from Adidas sweatpants. This is such a beautiful, beautiful design. This sweater made from old pants again, and just look how thoughtfully designed every single item is. They create every single item from used garments, from used textiles, so that they don't go to the landfills. Now my favorite ones are these ones made from the towels. I absolutely love them. I saw them quite a while back on social media and I was just mind blown how beautiful the jacket made from a simple towel can actually look. I really love the idea of what this company is doing. They are promoting to support not the brand but the movement, meaning supporting the movement of reusing the old textiles, because textiles, even if you get bored with a clothing piece, the textile itself is most likely still very usable and it can be turned into something else. Now, when I was a child and textiles were more expensive, and especially textiles that were imported, they were very expensive, and we mostly wore either a hand-me-downs or we wore second-hand clothes. And when those second-hand clothes were starting to get holes, like my grandmother would make like rugs or small towels to clean something. Like we didn't have, I am not joking, but we didn't have like sponges for cleaning for a very, very long time, because we would just use a small wipe or something like that, cloth wipe, to clean everything instead of the sponge. And back when I was a child, when the garment was really worn out and it's no longer possible to use it, then there was very popular idea to crochet a rug from different fabric pieces. If I find a photo, I will add it on the screen right here. So this is really a very interesting idea. I will link this company in the description box down below. You can go through their videos and watch, because you will see how thoughtful these designs are created, and those garments, they look stunning and very beautiful by themselves, but the fact that they are made from upcycled textiles just make it so much more interesting. I love this idea and this entire movement. By the way, I recently did make a coat from an old wool blanket. I will add a photo somewhere on the screen because I really love how it turned out. It was a blanket that we never used. I didn't really like it, but here we go. After a few hours of work, like I recreated it into a warm winter coat, giving it a completely different look. And now this blanket, instead of just sitting unused in a corner somewhere hidden, it will now go ahead and live a completely new life as my winter coat. Textiles do live a very long life. They're very durable, and when one garment or item is no longer usable, you can turn it into a different item, especially if you know how to sew. That's rather easy to do, and I love companies that are doing that, and you can get inspired by their designs and convert your old textiles into something new. Now this next video is from a brand owner that designs pieces for his brand. I really love these pants, so let's take a look.
I did not have endometriosis in mind when I designed these pants that allow for 1 inch of stretch on either side. I was actually just concerned with the fact that pants that fit me when I'm standing don't fit me when I'm sitting, and vice versa. But I'm glad I found myself on the right side of TikTok and Instagram so that people who find it useful can wear it.
So I really love the design of these pants and how comfortable, even from looking at the video, you can see that these pants are. Now I love the solution that this designer used. Now, because very often if we want elasticity at the waistband of the pants, we add like elastic waistband. It does look good in some designs, but it doesn't look good in all designs, especially if you want to make like more classic pants look. This very creative solution, like adding like a hidden elastic that gives you 1 inch of elasticity, I think is just completely genius idea. I love that when you're standing, when the elastic is not stretched out, you cannot even tell that it's elasticized waistband. Like in this video when he's squatting down, the waistband gives him the elasticity to move freely, and I really love this idea that the clothing piece does not look like it has much elasticity, but it actually does, and it does give you so much comfort throughout the day, and I love this very thoughtful idea. I was actually inspired to add something like this similar to any future pants that I'm working, because sometimes I do like to have that stretch, because especially if the pants are ending right at the waistline, at the end of the day, if I had a big lunch, like I will need a little bit of extra space at the waistband, and this provides very thoughtful and very elegant solution to that issue. Now this next video is from brand designer that has been creating these very unique pieces. Let's take a look.
This is probably the most beautiful knit sweater I've ever made. It's inspired by fine china porcelain, and the entire sweater is embroidered. It features Chinese art elements, and the embroidery is done in a porcelain blue. It's truly an art piece.
Now this is one of the designs that this designer has shown on social media, but he has lots of beautiful, interesting sweaters and shirts in his brand. What I like about this design is that it matches the knitted sweater with machine embroidery, and combined it creates a very beautiful look. Now if you want to recreate this look, you can do it on your embroidery machine, you can do it on sewing machine using free motion embroidery, you can do it by hand, but mixing these two different styles, knitting and embroidery, really gives a very lovely, unique finish. Now as I mentioned, this designer creates extraordinary pieces. I will link his TikTok account in the description box down below. You can go check his brand. He really has lots of sweaters and lots of shirts that are so unique and so inspiring to look at. And now let's move on to the final video I want to show you today, and it's from this young designer who is creating all his own pieces. He's sewing every single piece, and it's focusing on menswear, but it's reinventing menswear and adding very thoughtful details that I haven't seen anywhere else. So let's go ahead and take a look.
These are the dumbest pants I've ever made. I made these pants where the pockets are faces. The front has double welt pockets for the mouth, and you can tuck the tongue back in if you're feeling more serious. I also really like how the mouths open and close as you walk back and forth. And then the backside has curved pockets where one is frowning and one is smiling. This one is just in utter disbelief, while this one just likes to yap a lot.
So these pants are so fun, and I love the details that he added. He added very thoughtful pocket designs, and these designs are really interesting, and I haven't seen them anywhere else. I love those smiley pockets, and they definitely don't look like they would be very easy to sew, but I really like how he finished those pockets. So this creator focuses on menswear, and he does have lots of very creative pieces, very thoughtful design pieces. So if you want to go get inspired, I will link his Instagram page in the description box down below. So here are all wholesome sewing TikToks that I wanted to show in today's video, and I hope you enjoyed watching them together with me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!